Hello guys and welcome to the channel. I've not actually done a free preset for a very long time now, but one of my subscribers, shout out to Barry, he's been reminding me about making a current, vocal preset, because the ones I have obviously has been probably a year or two ago. And since then, my mixing has actually changed. So he wanted me to do like another preset, but he specifically requested to be all Logic plugin, which is stock plugins. So this is it, guys. I'll play you guys this vocal and we'll go through what I've done to it using all Logic stock plugins, and then I will save a link for you to download the preset on the description of this video. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to also check out my membership, where you can actually sit with me one-to-one and learn all about mixing. Let's get to the video. So this is the vocal.
And I'm learning, man, I got a couple plans. My track shuffles, that's the only time you're running, man. I've seen it all, squad kept minimal. Don't trust a soul, unless it's bro or a mirror tour. Came a long way from the days selling packs of brick. I was 31 waist, now that's my actual age. Be a bait, would just get your dreams cast away. When the pain hits deep, a slog passed away. All the times I don't like to forget. You ain't tasered, man, but I'm like.
So let's go ahead and bypass all these plugins and let's listen to that again, how it sounded without the processing.
And I'm learning, man, I got a couple plans. My track shuffles, that's the only time you're running, man. I've seen it all, squad kept minimal. Don't trust a soul, unless it's bro or a mirror tour. Came a long way from the days selling packs of brick. I was 31 waist, and that's my actual age. Be a bait, would just get your dreams cast away. When the pain hit deep, a slog passed away. All them times I don't like to forget. You ain't.
So that is the vocal dry with obviously some FX, which I will not focus this video on the FX today. I will just base on the main treatment of the vocal. So this vocal is relatively, like well-recorded vocal. So what do we use, just for you to get, an idea of the vocal chain? So this is Aston Spirit mic going into Apollo Mark II, UA Apollo Mark II direct. There's no any unison plugin used. We just went directly into the Apollo preamp and that's it. So got dubbed into Logic. So you've heard already how it sounded. Let me now go ahead and throw in what I did, because I've actually mixed this vocal for, the artist using my normal plugins, but obviously because this is a request to do all stock plugins, so I took all the plugins off and now I'm using stock plugins to recreate the same thing. So as you can see on the main one, I use Autotune Pro going into NS1 by Waves. So Logic has got its own pitch correction, which is this. I did exactly the same pitch correction. Then going into this is similar to NS1, isolation plugin. So this plugin is AU Sound Isolation. So as you can see, I'm using 5%. On this one by Waves, I use 6%, but plugins are different. So you just have to hear, or should I say listen to what it's doing and then know where to stop. So just like compression, if you use a UAD compression, you might obviously have to compress 10 dB to get the same sound as when you use Waves compression. You might be just maybe 5 dB is giving you the same sound. So you need to just use your ears. So this is 5%, the other one was 6%, but obviously we are basing on this one. So I throw that. If you don't know where to get this plugin, just, when you go on the audio units, go to Apple. Is this last one, AU Sound Isolation. So this is actually, one of the plugins that a lot of people don't know, because a lot of people don't go to, that kind of place looking for plugins in Logic. You normally just stick to the ones here. But those ones, you can actually find a gem there. So shout out to Music Tech Help Guy. He recently made a video about this plugin, which is where I saw it and I quickly went and tried it and I seen that it's actually decent. Obviously, if you want a quick, sound isolation, just throw this on. But if you have a paid one, it makes sense to use a paid one. So this is that. Now, obviously, I bust this into bus 10, which is my lead vocal. So I throw in an EQ. You can see what I'm doing with the EQ, just a roll off at 51 Hertz. a little deep at 200, another deep at 472, another deep at 665. This is so that the vocal actually, come a bit cleaner. So when I'm doing all these deeps, I just maybe boost it a bit, not too much, because if you boost it too much, obviously it will be bad frequencies coming up. So I'm gonna boost about 10 dB max and just, sweep, hear what needs deep, and then I'll come down and pull it down. Before I used to like deep 4, 5 dBs and stuff, but now I actually realized that doing too much can ruin the intelligibility of the sound. So 2 dB, maximum 3 if you think that particular frequency is really bad. But usually 2 dB, 1.5 is enough to sort of mask it so that the better frequencies shine out more. Then here 3K is usually harsh to the ears, especially this being a rap vocal where he's either, being aggressive, with that husky voice. So I backed that 3K a bit, wide. As you can see, it goes all the way from 2K to 6K, so that all those high energy gets, pulled back, tucked in basically. Then there's a roll off on the high 19K with 36 dB octave, so that all the digital harshness also goes away. So that's followed by the ESA. I'm just catching about 6 to 8 dB. Let's actually have a listen to this. I've set the frequency at 4K.
And I'm learning, man, I got a couple plans. If my track shuffles, that's the only time you're running, man. I've seen it all, squad kept minimal. Don't trust a soulless is bro or a mirror talk. Came a long way from the days selling packs of I was 31 waist, and that's my actual age. Being bait would just get your dreams cast away. When the pain hit deep, a slog passed away.
So it's actually about 4.2 dB gain reduction is what I'm getting now. So the next is the Tube EQ, which I'm just using this to boost a bit of 10K by 2.5 so that it shines out more. And I'm also attenuating 10K by 2 dB. This is obviously a special, Pultec thing. The filter really is very, known for boosting and attenuating the same frequency, but a lot of people obviously do this more on the low end, whereby you boost maybe 60 hertz and also attenuate it, because you have boost and attenuate on the same frequency. But when you attenuate, it doesn't actually put the attenuation on the same boost that you've done. Say for instance, on the low end, if you boost 60 hertz and then attenuate 60 hertz, the attenuation is actually further in. Say for instance, around 200, 300 is where it's actually deepening, not that 60 that you've boosted. The same happens on this top end. Even though I'm boosting 10K and I'm attenuating 10K, this 10K attenuation is probably around 15 to 18, even probably going to like 20 kilohertz shelf, because this one is not, this is a bell boost and this one is a shelf, and you can see the bandwidth, it's not broad. I can actually make it broad, which means this boost will be a lot wider, but I've left it 0.5. We can actually keep it at 1. So let's have a listen to that. I've also turned off the drive, because when I check this on Burton frequency analyzer just to see what the curves are doing, this actually adds a lot of harmonics, which changes the shelf behavior somehow, or should I say the curves. I didn't quite like that, because I compared this with other Pultec EQs and I felt like when this is off, the behavior is more closer to, the UAD Pultec, the plugin Alliance Lindell Pultec EQ, which I use a lot. I'll be making a video on that one some other time. So let's have a listen to this.
And I'm learning, man, I got a couple plans. If my track shuffles, that's the only time you're running, man. I've seen it all, squad kept minimal. Don't trust a soulless is bro or a mirror talk.
So the next one is a compression, obviously, to hold this in place. So my setting is 4:1, attack 1 milliseconds, release 64 milliseconds. Knee is soft because this is hard, soft is there. Pulling the threshold till I'm getting about 7 dB gain reduction.
And I'm learning, man, I got a couple plans. If my track shuffles, that's the only time you're running, man. I've seen it all, squad kept minimal. Don't trust a soulless is bro or a mirror talk.
This is probably about 6 dB gain reduction, and I've turned off auto gain. I've gained it by 3 dB. So another thing that I did on here is actually I engaged this soft distortion and backed it up by 20%. So originally it will be off. I engaged that just to add a bit of saturation to the voice. That goes into what I call 10K remover, but I'm not using this for just 10K. As you can see, that's my preset, Zany Pro 10K remover, but I actually move it around afterwards. So this one is obviously at about 8K. So I'll listen and see where I feel like there's sort of frequencies poking out. This will dip that only when that frequency pokes out, because this is a multi-band EQ. So I have another one. I have this in serial, just, you know, tracking. So this one is obviously around 11 to 12K. And I'm also using the top end as the ESA. So let's see what that's doing.
And I'm learning, man, I got a couple plans. If my track shuffles, that's the only time you're running, man. I've seen it all, squad kept minimal. Don't trust a soulless bro or a mirror talk. Came a long way from the days selling packs of...
So obviously to make this a bit more smooth, so I have yet another one. This one is now around 2.5K, because I feel like, you know, the 2.5K was also coming out, especially when he hit certain words. I want that to sort of go more in so that this vocal doesn't sound too harsh to the ears.
And I'm learning, man, I got a couple plans. If my track shuffles, that's the only time you're running, man. I've seen it all, squad kept minimal. Don't trust a soulless bro or a mirror talk. Came a long way from the days selling packs of... I was 31 waist, and that's my actual age. Be a bait, will just get your dreams cast away. When the pain hit, deep as slog passed away.
So after that, I hit yet another DS, but this one is just focusing on this 6.5K, basically 6,733 hertz. I just moved it around because remember, this filter is just notch, not shelf.
And I'm learning, man, I got a couple plans. If my track shuffles, that's the only time you're running, man. I've seen it all, squad kept minimal. Don't trust a soulless bro or a mirror talk. Came a long way from the days selling packs of... I was 31 waist, and
so you see it's picking certain frequencies that are a bit harsh, you know, in that high mid. So after that, this one is obviously optional. Most times I don't add this one, but it's optional. I'm just using it to widen the vocal. Originally it would be on 1. I push it to 1.20. Obviously, if you do this too much, it can actually create phase. We can maybe talk it a bit more in, so try not to do it too much, because you could easily run into phase issues. But not on every plugin, sorry, not on every vocal that you need to do this one, basically, because I feel like after all these notches and stuff, the vocal now seem a bit tight, so I wanted to open it a bit more. So that now goes into my last compressor, which is more for massaging. I'm using this to massage this vocal in. I'm not using the Platinum Digital, because on the other one we use Vintage. And on here, 3:1, makeup 7, release is 310, which is slower release, and attack is 2.5, and I'm probably getting up to 7 dB gain reduction. Have a listen. You will notice that the vocal will be a bit louder now, but I did that on purpose to obviously use this to also bring up the level.
And I'm learning, man, I got a couple plans. If my track shuffles, that's the only time you're running, man. I've seen it all, squad kept minimal. Don't trust a soulless bro or a mirror talk. Came a long way from the days selling packs of... I was 31 waist, and that's my actual age.
So we're getting about 5 dB gain reduction, but I purposely added 7 dB just to bring the level up more, because I was trying to use it to also match the beat, which still didn't match, because I had to also throw in gain reduction and pull up 4 dB, which I could actually do with compression if I want. Maybe make this 11 dB, but I thought, no, let's just add a gain reduction and bring up the level to match so that I can use it to sort of ride the level if I want as well. So this is now what we have.
And I'm learning, man, I got a couple plans. If my track shuffles, that's the only time you're running, man. I've seen it all, squad kept minimal. Don't trust a soulless bro or a mirror talk. Came a long way from the days selling packs of... I was 31 waist, and that's my actual age. Be a bait, will just get your dreams cast away. When the pain hit, deep as slog passed away.
So this is what we started up with.
And I'm learning, man, I got a couple plans. If my track shuffles, that's the only time you're running, man. I've seen it all, squad kept minimal. Don't trust a soulless bro or a mirror talk. Came Came a long way from the days selling packs of brick. Always 31 waist, and that's my actual age. Be a bait, we'll just get your dreams cast away. When the pain hit deep and strong passed away. All the times I don't like to forget. You ain't tasered, man, but I'm live in the flesh. I'm going in again when I write with this pen. Got lots at stake and a prime and the best. I'm knocking these out and I feel so great. And if
So I hope this is helpful, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll leave a link to download this preset on the video description. And if you have any question about it, don't hesitate to leave me a comment. Also, you know, if you can hit the likes, because that will help the YouTube algo to actually send this to more people that will benefit from it. And another thing, do me a favor, just hit a comment and type in whatever you want to do. Maybe thanks for the free preset, or hey, hi, Zany Pro, and that will obviously encourage me also to make more video like this, because like I said, I've not done a video like this for a very long time. I could maybe do another video on the FX used on here, and I will try to swap it with the free Logic Pro stock ones so that you guys have everything, and maybe probably do a lot more in future. Thank you for watching. And also check out my membership, where I have a lot of perks, which include one-to-one chat with me, free mix, you know, and social media connect, as well as mix consultation free, mix feedbacks. You know, there's so many things I will be throwing on that as well. Thanks for watching, and see you guys on the next video. Bye now.